Hello everyone, Dunamis here again, back with another tabletop simulator tutorial, this time for Classic BattleTech. So let's go ahead and jump in. So I'm going to go to my BattleTech folder, the mods I've made here, and we're going to go right to Classic BattleTech. So while this is loading up, the core goal of this mod is really to set up quickly in Tabletop Simulator so you can spend more time playing the game and less time doing all the setup. So whether that's building your maps, doing the dice rolls, spawning your units, the idea is to really try to streamline that process while still trying to keep that pen and paper feel instead of fully automating everything. If you do want something that's fully automated, I would check out Mech HQ or MegaMech. Those are two pretty cool systems and don't really have the tabletop feel, but do keep everything pretty tight and automated. Good for beginners, or even good for veterans trying to get a quick game in. Second note regarding more automation, and I keep this note card here just to call it out, but a lot of the stuff you'll see in this mod has been inspired or even originally built by Breaktime. Breaktime is a really good modder in the TTS community and has spent a significant amount of time automating mods for Battletech. His mods are a bit more integrated, so keeping that TTS feel by being in Tabletop Simulator, but having your units that you spawn linked to the roller, linked to the record sheets, all in kind of one user interface. It's pretty goddamn impressive, I have to admit. For my group, we wanted to basically try to keep each component independent and then still have that pen and paper feel. And so I kind of modified what he had done, broke him apart a little bit, probably dumbed him down, frankly, because his was a lot more advanced. But that's kind of what the goal of this mod is. And so big thanks to Breaktime for putting all that time and effort in and getting us where we are today in the TTS community, especially for Battletech. But the main things I'll probably go through here today for this mod would be the unit spawner, some of the record sheet spawning that goes with that, excuse me, the map loader, dice roller, and then just some of the accessories. So just to reiterate again, this mod is meant to speed up gameplay and not replace any player judgment or anything like that. It won't really coach you or tell you what to do, like MegaMech might. You still kind of need to know the rules of BattleTech to get going. So you need to calculate modifiers, marker sheets, and resolve play manually, and all that good stuff. So this is how it spawns. You'll see there's a few different areas here of note, and then the center area. Let's just, I guess, go across the top here, left to right. So these boards over here, 1, 2, 3, these are basically reference points. So I should note that this is all from the Battletech Classic from Total Warfare, and the Battletech manual. So it's 2026. It's what is it? August 2026 right now. We're on the verge of new books and possibly new rules. So this could all change very shortly, but prior to August 2026, these are the rules, and that's what's loaded in here. I'll probably make a second version with the new rules if they're drastic enough, or if they're small, I can maybe just update this one. But these are just reference sheets, things that give you movement costs, facing after falling, paddling skill rolls, things like that. So just good reference to have, ground movement, combat, just different things depending on the scenario you're running into. Coming down here, you just more references with cluster hits and the mech location hit table. These are just, again, good references to have. Mech hit location table, again, if you're doing like an LBX 10 and you want to do it manually without using the dice roller, that's kind of what this is for. Whole bunch of like asset accessories, so turrets, infantry, battle armor, vehicles, some mechs, but you could probably ignore this one. You'll see why in a minute. Aerospace fighters, dropships, buildings, trees and stuff, natural terrain, and then some fully built maps and map sheets. Forehammer is a member of kind of my gaming group, and he built all the maps for the Hotspots Hinterlands book, I suppose. And when we ran that last year. Hard to believe that's last year. We were using his maps there. There's also these pre-built map sheets. These are still really good. I recommend checking them out if you haven't checked them out yet. We'll get into kind of the differences in with this map spawn our way down here at the bottom as well. What else going across here? The dice roller. I will say I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this dice roller because I have another video that I'll link below in the description that really goes through this in more detail. I will show some examples with it, but I'm not going to show you all the time of configuring it and all that stuff. Turn counter, pretty straightforward, it's just a normal counter. This is a highlight tool, so basically you drop something on it, what color tint you have it on, then tints them in that way. May or may not find that useful to help differentiate your mechs from your opponents. Just make sure if you're spawning mechs, you pick white ones so that the tint does something. A bubble marker, which basically just can show you a radius. Ba-doop. Drop it on off. And those are infinite bags, so you don't have to worry about deleting it if you do. Bag of effects. Careful when you right click and open this, all the effects show immediately at once, so a little chaotic. Our group uses edge and sometimes what are those called? The pilot skills. So lucky, you could mark an objective, a plot point. Here's different objective markers. I saved this crab here, this king crab, because it's got a little script on it that just shows you the name from the back. If you wanted something more old school without spawning, you just want to copy the script on this guy, put him on your model. Just make sure you respawn the model after, like a copy paste. Models in TTS need to be reloaded in order for the script to take effect. Similarly, if you don't like using the pen tool here to mark up your record sheet, these two versions have counters. The reason there's two versions is you've got the board version, and then you've got I guess what type of a token? Okay, the token version. Because boards and tokens have different XY coordinates, these are different scripts. Well, same script, just different positioning for each of these interfaces to change where the toggles are. So you could, before the match starts, be like, all right, well, my head has, what is it, 9, right? And then you get started and I take 2. That's great. That's one way to do it. So these are all kind of the references for up top there. There's the dice tray that pretty much everyone can use. In the middle, you've got this giant grid. You'll see why it's marked that way in a minute. The note card that references you to Breaktime's mod. A bunch of bags here that are really for on the table marking. So you've just got some like indicators like pilot check, prone, shutdown, mobile, so on and so forth. The actual dice that could be used for walking, running, jumping, with the corresponding tags if you so choose it. Every group can choose what they want to use. You might say these are useless, I'm never using those, and just delete them immediately. These dice are pretty cool. It takes me a while to get used to them, but they kind of give it all your stats and everything all in one shot. So if you only moved 0 to 2 hexes and you jumped, little icon there, your target modifier went up by 3 and your difficulty to be hit only went up by 1. Of course, that assumes you don't have jumping jack or anything like that, but then each one of them has a special side on 6 just to show that. So immobile, stationary, and prone. So I think those dice are pretty cool. I think they were uploaded by Scar, so thank you, Scar. And then over here, well, that's not supposed to be sideways, but there you go. These are just additional bags that will help for marking the record sheet if you so choose. So ammunition to mark it as empty, a heat scale, damaged components, just tiny little markers that, if you want to mark instead of using the pen, you could use those. You can copy and paste pretty quickly. Crits would be black, and the pilot's gunnery die is just something you can drop on the sheet after to show the stat. Okay, we're 10 minutes in. I haven't even started talking about anything but where the assets are. Here's your kind of cheat sheets for the field of fire. We definitely don't want 90. Let's go to 60. And for hit location. So basically, if you're doing the shooting, what can shoot where, and if you're being shot, where it hits you on your facing, depending on where the person is shooting is. the map spawner from Breaktime that I modified to add the hotspots and their icons, and then the unit spawner, again from Breaktime, that I then took, modified, and paired it with all these bags full of record sheets from Insaniac. So kind of integrated these to be in one step and tried to make this kind of your setup corner, if you will. So that's basically where all the assets are. Let's go ahead and do, I guess, map loading. Let's start with map loading. So I'm going to specifically focus on the hotspots, but the first thing to note is you've got board locations 1 through 6, and then a big left and a big right. And so you'll notice, if I can move my card here, I've kind of sectioned off this massive red area, and I've put like the white dividing lines and then numbered them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what these correspond to. So 2 is kind of on by default. This map builder is actually really freaking cool that Breaktime made. It pulls maps from a MegaMech database that someone's uploaded to GitHub, and you can give it that mapping. As long as you tell every hex an asset to map to, which is found in this bag here, it builds each map one at a time. So if I say we are going to the desert, we then uploaded maps from Sarna images here for what each one of these is. So board number 2, we're in hotspot, we're in the Badlands. Pick number 1. Check that out. Now, it does take a minute sometimes for all the assets to load, so I do recommend going kind of one at a time. You can see what's still loading. See the icons there. Give this a minute. But tell me that's not one of the coolest things you've seen on Tabletop Simulator. Just boop, map, instant, fantastic. Okay, well, say you need it a little bigger, you need to go a long way for whatever reason. You can see that number 5 is next, so we'll go ahead and click 5. Let's give that Badlands, let's go Desert 2. Let's try to see if I can get this on the same shot. Boop. Look at that. Absolutely seamless building right into it. Awesome job at Breaktime. Truly impressive. You've kind of got your maps building here. Similarly, if you're like, well, that's good, I need more though. Let's go ahead and do Sanddrift. And it's building this whole thing pretty quickly. And what's the last one? 6. Barren Lands 2. Not bad, right? To then clear something, again, I'm going to wait till this finishes loading. I would recommend the same for you as well, just because it's a lot of assets to try to build at once. But to clear something, you will right-click. I wonder if I went too fast already. Now it's got to figure out which one's missing, because I actually don't see one. It's probably like gravel or something somewhere. But you pick one of the grayed out ones. And as long as it's not the grayed out one, you can right click it. So I think I did 5, right? Right click, see it disappear. 6 now, right click. 3, 2, right clicks. And those are now cleared. It is still trying to load 2 of the assets somewhere. We'll just ignore that for the rest of this video. Oh, there you go, it's gone. Good. Really powerful stuff there. So I focused heavily again on loading the hotspots. The rest of these all came from Breaktime and are part of the mapping you can find on Sarna and on the MegaMech map packs. So between the two, that's kind of how these are organized. Again, for my group, probably focusing on hotspots because the Draconis, the new Draconis, what was it? Not March. Whatever the new book is with Kurita. And then the Hinterlands, they're all in here. That was kind of my organization. Okay. So that is the mapping. Now let's do unit spawning. So you can see first here, we got this big board. It's alphabetically sorted. You've got BM for battle mechs, combat vehicles, CV, and BA battle armor. Just to try to keep things simple, let's try to do, I don't know, a spider. S's, let's go with 9. Not quite. 10 or 11, I guess. Yeah, 11's good. Let's go with, I know my alphabet, I swear, spider. Here we go. Let's do, yeah, sure. Gunnery for combat, or gunnery for piloting 5. Those are already selected, that kind of there by default. Let's just go with the standard 5D. So this is now your variant you have to pick. Then you pick the actual model, so what it's going to look like. You notice when I click it, watch this tank up here, it will spawn a preview. So that's pretty cool. A lot of these models come from other mods uploaded to TTS, so you might get some of the Turduckens ones, the high-res ones from MechWare Online. You might find some older ones as well, but let's go ahead and pick white one. And you notice once you picked the variant as well as the model, this button turned green. And so if you click it, boom, you see that flying around? That basically just said, all right, I found the model you're looking for. This is an introductory light mech, pulled it from the bag. We did pick 5D, right? Yeah, good, good. 1 for 1. Test case working. And here's your model. So you've got your spider, your 5D. You now have your record sheet matching 5D. And when it pulls from these bags, it copies. So it's not taking the only version out. So you could have 2 of the same mech without worrying about taking that other one. Sorry, I meant to play music a long time ago, so it wasn't so boring. It's all right. So now you've streamlined how to basically set up your game. We can load the map, we can spawn our units, build your force pretty quickly here. We're starting to cook with gas, if you will. Obviously, the record sheets here are all for mechs. So if you do combat vehicles or battle armor, if I were you, just take any one of these sheets, copy paste it, right click it, and custom load in whatever the image is. That is frankly how I've been doing it forever, not knowing that I could link things like this, which is fantastic. So it's not terrible, just you kind of got to do some pre-planning to know what it is you're pulling in up front and load in those images into these sheets. If a sheet is not found in these bags, it'll just, let's see if I can actually find one. What's really obscure? Maybe. Yeah, good, perfect. It shows this message. It said no record sheet was found. Please manually create or pull the record sheet. So you do the same thing. You still have this model that spawned, which is great. You still have that one over there. That guy. I just copied the 5D. Now I would now go in and say, all right, I need to pull that record sheet from wherever. You can pull that from many different systems like MegaMech or things like that. Okay, so now we've gone through the record sheets. We've gone through map loading. Just to show the dice roller, I suppose. Let's go ahead and build the same mech that we just spawned. This is, wow, this is an atrocious spider. Okay, 5D has 1 medium laser and 1 flamer. Wow, you're not gonna do much, but that's okay. Call it the 5D. I think spiders are what, 35 tons? We'll give it brown energy. I don't feel like searching for everything. Flame, flamer, add, and there's a boatload of medium lasers. Normal medium laser. Bam. Add. Super. You can keep kick. That's fine with me. All right, so we built our unit. Again, for more on this, see the other tutorial I've uploaded. I'll link it in the stuff below. We turn this over here. And now you can see we have selected our Spider 5D. These 2 weapons are enabled to fire versus holding, meaning you're not firing. Roll the weapons. Let's go ahead and say a 9 hits. Oh, they both 9s. Fantastic. So they both hit. Roll the clusters. I guess cluster for a flamer and a medium laser doesn't apply, but you're rolling your hit locations. And it's printing all this out in your chat here. I'll just scroll up so you can see it a little easier. So both hit with 9s. So 5 damage to right torso, location 6, 2 damage to center torso, location 7. You notice we had this set to damage versus heat. You can't change it after the fact, right? We already made the roll, but if you were to refresh it and come back, you could change the mode to be heat instead. See, he tells the truth sometimes. Okay, so that's the record sheet, that's dice overview, that's map loading. Basically, I guess at this point, hopefully you're figuring out that there's a lot here to help really piece together a game and get it rolling pretty quickly without having to spend a significant amount of time in setup, at least compared to what it used to be. It still is, I mean, it's not going to be super fast, but it's certainly faster than what I feel like I've been doing for years, and probably other people have been doing for years using Tabletop Simulator for Battletech. We've gone through all the accessories already. I showed that up front. Yeah, I guess just some closing remarks, I suppose, then, is hopefully, if you enjoy this mod, you're someone who enjoys Battletech like myself, Classic BattleTech, or AlphaStrike will be the next video, who likes speeding things up to spend more time playing and less time doing bookkeeping and setup and general organization. And it's a way to play this mod or play Battletech remotely. My roommate Sidious and I play quite often. Old roommate, I should say, from college. Play quite often every now and then, just to make sure we keep each other sharp in the Battletech universe. But it's great because we don't live that close, so it's nice to be able to play virtually because we can't get together in person sometimes. So hopefully you find the same. And in that, thank you for watching. I encourage you to check out the other links below. And I welcome any feedback, or if you find any bugs or suggestions or anything like that, please let me know. Thank you so much.